Welcome everybody to another video of Dead by Daylight. My name is Cubeproductions. Today we're using Skull Merchant as always, using a really dumb build that I made that's basically focused around gen protection. Now the reason I made this build is because normally I don't really do gen builds, but I was like, the past two videos I've made have not been gen builds, so I'll try to make a gen build one. So we're using Hex Pedimento and Scorcher Pain Resonance, Scorcher Gift of Pain. What these two perks do is basically Hex Pedimento, as long as one totem has been destroyed, we can rekindle it, and all survivors automatically do gens 30% slower. Scorcher Pain Resonance survivors who are hooked on the Scorcher for the first time will automatically be what's it called? Not only cursed, but basically they get a 16% penalty to doing generators until they're fully healed. Xenophobia will make it so that way every survivor does generators slower. The more people that are injured, and Hexplate thing makes it that way survivors are gonna be cursed once they are hooked, and then they're cursed, and then they destroy their totem. We can hopefully rekindle it, and that's how we get our Hex Pedimento to work. So, without further ado, history to the games, I can show you how deadly this build is. Okay, playing on Gas Heaven. I hate this map because it's basically this pallet century, like pallet city. I mean, it's just so many pallets everywhere. This map is so annoying. But anyway, before the game starts, if you like the video, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. If you're enjoying the content, you know I love reading y'all's comments, and of course, the more subscriptions, the more support I get for the channel. It makes me realize that I should be posting more and more Dead by Daylight. But of course, I'll be posting other games as well. But I love Dead by Daylight, so I'm going to keep posting this game as much as possible because I love when y'all watch it and I love playing the game. So I'm going to hit this girl, but then I realized I'm going after her because honestly, she's kind of just running away really far. And I'm like, I bet there's someone here. And there was someone here. It's Claudette. Slice her throat, and now Claudette's going to be injured. And we'll gather Claudette. Let's spread the pain a little bit. The more people we injure, the better our Xenophobia will be. So of course, I'm going to try and spread the pain as much as possible. And now you're probably wondering, Cubeproductions, this would be a gen build, but there's no gen regression at all in your build, and that's correct. I'm not doing a gen regression build. I just want to see how slow I can make survivors do gens. That's the whole point of this build. Gen regression is boring, so I'm going to try to do something different and make it so that way instead of making gens go back down over and over again, this makes it so it's harder for survivors to actually do gens in the first place. Now, there are different perks I can use. I could have used Dying Light, which is a stackable, unbeatable, by the way, nerf to gen regression speeds is 3% per token, but the way you get tokens is by hooking people who aren't the obsession. So it's kind of useless because against the obsession it doesn't work, and against the other people it's useful, but you have to keep hooking them, and eventually they're gonna probably do all the generators before you even get multiple stacks. But if you can get multiple stacks, it's really good. That's why I could have used Dying Light, but I chose to stick with Pedimento because Pedimento is like 30%, and 30% is really strong. Of course, Pedimento does different things based on how many tokens we have. Like I believe at 2 tokens, it will make it so that way survivors automatically heal 30% slower. At 3 tokens, survivors automatically get off the ground slower, like heal themselves off the ground slower. At 4, I believe they open exit gate slower, and then at 5, they can't cleanse any totems, so all those effects will last forever. It's really strong, but the reason why I only care about the first one is because I only care about is making sure survivors do gen slower. And you're gonna see as we continue. There's only 2 games in this video, by the way, but you're gonna notice how in the first game the gens go by really slow, but in the second game, can someone please explain to me what this chest does? I literally did not read what these are supposed to do. I don't know how this benefits killer at all, but I know for survivor it does something probably, but I have no idea how that benefits killer. But anyway, in the first game, the gens are gonna go by pretty slowly, but in the second game, they're gonna go by so fast, it's kind of insane. This girl's gonna point the chest. I'm like, sorry, ma'am. I don't know what it's supposed to do, so I'm gonna grab it. I honestly have no idea what the chest is. I read every single thing about the event, but I must have skimmed past the chest one because I don't understand what it's supposed to do. But the totem one gives me speed buff. The aura one lets everyone see each other. The scratch mark one and the unintettable one makes it so that survivors have no scratch marks, but I have unintettable. The exposed one instantly heals survivors, but also exposes them for 20 seconds, I believe. What else is there? This one right here actually gave us a free invitation, which is pretty good. And this girl has a side strike. You hate to see it. Scrummer is stunned for a long time, and I believe there's one more, but I could be wrong. Oh yeah, there's the one that literally does absolutely nothing. That's fun. But anyway, I know what they all do, but the chest one I have no idea. So I'm playing on the event, as you can see, obviously. Normally, like, even though I can technically play not on the event, I don't really know why you would want to not play on the event. Like, the event is first thing different, second thing is so much fun, and third thing, you get so many blood points, and I love blood points because I want to level up my killer. I know this girl's not gonna make the window because there's no way, so I'm gonna basically catch her off guard in a little bit. They do 2 gens, but it doesn't really matter because the girl I'm going after, surprisingly, is on the second hook stage. Now, I wasn't even trying to tunnel, honestly, but at the same time, I didn't realize I was even chasing the same girl I was chasing, I'm not gonna lie. But now that I have a pedimento token I can put down, I can rekindle this totem, and now we have Hex Pedimento. Also, that sounds a little different. I probably sound the same, honestly, but that sounds a little different. My brother, thank you, brother, gave me a mic. So now I have a better mic. Because I told y'all before, I had a mic, it was working, I recorded one video of it, and then literally, it broke. And I was like, why and how? So I expect the girl to drop the pallet, but she didn't drop the pallet. Instead, he goes for the shack. I should have known that, honestly. I'm kind of bad. Because if I would have known that, I could have caught her off guard. But instead, I was stupid and tried and hesitated. I really shouldn't have been. And now she's going to be at the shack and still has this amazing pallet. But this time, I'm not going to hesitate. I'm going to wait. I'm going to actually go. And I know she can't make the window because of how my lunge works. And because I didn't hesitate, I'm going to grab her. She's like, don't kill me. I'm like, I'm so sorry. You must die. Teleport to the hook fleet and so you can eat her soul, and now we're going to basically go after the next survivor. Now, as you can see, survivors. Why can't I get this? Thank you. The survivors. I couldn't get the invitation for some reason. Survivors are cleansing their plaything totems, so that way they're not going to be oblivious. Right here, I'm really confused. So let me explain what happened. I teleported the survivor to the hook, but I had no idea what hook she was even on. I'm being honest, and that's when I realized last second that she was actually in the basement the entire time. So someone slipped past me and was able to get off the hook. And of course, the Nancy had dead hard, so there was no way. Oh, she had off the record. I think he had dead hard. The guy I definitely heard her what's it called? I heard her moaning, which means that she definitely doesn't have off the record. So I'm gonna hit Nancy, and I realize Nancy's dead on hook. If I kill her, I don't have to worry about one less person. But it's kind of sad because it's weird. If you kill someone, then phobia literally gets worse. I don't know why the devs designed the perk like that, but it's like it works for every injured or down survivor, but it doesn't work for every dead survivor. So right there, they literally cleansed Hex Pedimento, but because someone else had already cleansed the plate thing, I literally relit a totem, and it immediately re-popped up my plate thing, which is not plate thing, my pedimento, but it's so funny. I didn't mean to do that, but it's just so weird how it happened just like that. Right here, I'm going to try and chase this girl, and now I can see the aura of every single survivor on the map, which is kind of cool. And I'm going to try and catch her off guard. I look around to see if I can see anyone else. The only problem with that aura one is that every single survivor is using distortion or off the record. So if they're using those perks, it doesn't work. And instead they see me, which is kind of sad. And I actually lose. And the only way I can like beat that is to make them blind. And even though there are many ways to make survivors blind with the blindness effect, I don't use them in this video, so I can't. Now I'm thinking about it, I feel like Hex plaything should make you blind too. Like, why doesn't Hex plaything make you? It makes you oblivious, but it should make you blind. Literally in the picture, you have a guy who has chains over his eyes. So, in my opinion, devs buff Hex plaything and make survivors also have the blind side effect. I'm just saying, hire me. Anyway, but I feel like that'd be kind of a cool buff, honestly. Even though it doesn't really need a buff, honestly, if you look at perk. But I would buff it and do that. Why not? So now you get on hook. They do 1 gen, even though I just said the generators aren't really going that fast, they're at 1 gen. But you have to realize something. Their generators are going fast now, but they're at 1 gen. None of these gens, besides one of them, has any progress. And I still have Hex Pedimento on the field. And once the survivor, one thing I learned, by the way, I didn't know this, but if you don't cleanse your plaything totem, but then you die or get sacrificed, your plaything totem automatically blows up. And because it blows up, you can actually rekindle it as if it was a normal totem that survivor had cleansed. And because of that reason, you can technically just down the survivor who has Hex Plaything to get a free totem. And I never knew that. So right here, I'm gonna kill this girl. I forgot this girl's name. I have no idea what this is. By the way, if you're gonna survivors, are y'all excited for Lara Croft being added into Dead by Daylight? Also, let me know in the comments if you think any of her perks are too strong or too weak. Personally, I think her strongest perk is actually the one that gives you tokens. That way you can basically make a generator's progress go down. Now, a lot of people are probably thinking that perk isn't that good because of the requirement to actually like get it to work. But the reason why perk is so good is because if you know a certain generator on a certain map is so bad to deal with that you would want to lower the progress automatically, that way you wouldn't have to work on it for nearly as long. You can just open chests multiple times, and not to mention you have to realize it's not like you only can do it one time. You can do it on the same generator multiple times. Multiple survivors can use the exact same perk build and using the same generator multiple times. It does take a lot of effort and work to get to keep rummaging and opening chests, but it's still possible to lower a generator to basically like close to 20% if every survivor is doing it, and that's really strong. And that's why I think it's the strongest one. But the problem with that one is it's the strongest one if used like correctly. If you don't use it, it's not really nearly as strong. I want to hit this girl before she makes the path thing the Lord, because he kind of went a really weird way when it comes to her path thing, so I was able to hit her. The second perk, I can't remember what it's called, but it's the one where basically if you're healthy, you vault the window like extremely fast, but it had a 30-second cooldown. I think that perk is a little overrated. I do think it's extremely strong because of the fact that yes, it has the ability to basically make it so that way all survivors can vault windows faster in certain chases. Right here, I'm gonna go ignore that girl because I realize there's another girl I'm looking for. Yeah, she's injured, but I want the girl who has a claw trip on her to make it. First thing, I know she's dead on hook, and second thing, to make it a little bit easier for me to chase her. So she's gonna vault the window. Kind of late though because of the fact that she didn't realize I was about to kill her. So I'm going to teleport towards the hook because I can do that, and she's dead. And it's kind of funny because I knew that she was dead on hook, so I was like, I'm going after you and not the girl who was just on the gym right here that I just kicked. So yeah. Then I realized afterwards that because she died, look what happens. Her totem breaks. No lie, I'm sorry. Literally, I thought the totem would break because of the fact that she died. No. The girl literally cleansed the totem, and as a result, what happened? I'm sorry, let me explain. What happened is because the girl died, that totem was originally a hex plaything totem. But because the girl on the hook died, what ends up happening is her totem turned back into a dual totem because of the fact that obvious that her by the way, but her totem turned into a dual totem because of the fact that she died. But because the girl was already cleansing the totem, she literally cleansed the hexblade thing. It turned to a dual totem at the last second. She cleansed the dual totem and then it became rekindled by me. That's literally what happened. For some reason, I thought her hexblade thing got destroyed when I first played the game, but no, that's not what happened. Good thing I'm editing this so I can actually look back at the footage and see exactly what happened, which is kind of funny. But yes, I did not know that or noticed that the first time, but that's kind of cool. I thought the girl was right here because of the fact that like I don't know where she is honestly, but I am trying to find her because I know she's at the generator. Well, at least she was earlier, so she probably has to be here soon. But they're gonna die on the hook, and I'm like, okay, now I gotta find the hatch. Trix is a really weird person, by the way. I don't know if you know that. And here, no, Trix, the person, is the name of the girl who's in charge of the anniversary games. I like her. I'm not gonna lie. And when I first saw her, because I didn't play the update when the game just came out. But right here, I'm gonna put a drone down so I can try and scan this girl because I realized it would be easier to just down her with a drone than it is to actually one hit her. And just like that. If I would have M1 her, she would have got really far distance. But if I just use my drone, instead I can just kill her that fast and teleport towards the hook, and it's game over. But Trix, when I first saw Trix, I was like, that's Skull Merchant. Because in my opinion, you can't tell me Trix looks just like Skull Merchant, except like it's wearing a different costume. They have the same no left eye thing mask. They have the same looking hairstyle. They're both women. They both look the same. Like it's literally the same model. I swear. Like it's so interesting. I feel like Trix looks just like Skull Merchant. Not in this skin because I have a different skin on. But yeah. But anyway, that was the first game where we use an extremely Gen slowdown build. Even though it's not really Gen slowdown as in regression, Gen slowdown as in how slow can I make a Gen be done by one survivor. Technically, the most I could do, I believe, is like 46%. Because Pedimento is 30. And then Scorchic Pain Res, not Scorchic, Gift of Pain is 16, so that's 46. Man, and then everyone's injured, that's 14% extra, so that's 60%. So you can technically get a generator to be 60% slower if done correctly, but that's kind of hard to do. But it's possible. But anyway, let's do the second game of the video so I can show you how great this build is. Okay, playing on the Temple of Purgation. I love this map, actually. Mainly I like the name of it. Actually, that's the main reason I like this map. It's not even like the way it looks. It's literally just, I love the name. And I kind of like how this temple looks, even though it looks like a giant stone building. Nothing else to it. You know, I guess any temple could be considered a giant stone building. But anyway, we're gonna go on this map. This map is not really that bad for Skull Merchant. It's a big map, but compared to the other gigantic map that is from the forest, the red forest, this one's not really that big. So right here, this guy is in a really unlucky spot because he has the one or two options: either hold W away from the stupid drone, a smart play, or try and chase me knowing he's gonna get injured by my drone. I don't exactly know why he decided to just do this. Now he crouches, so he's not gonna be injured. But the issue is, eventually, I can turn the drone the other way like this. He gets injured and he dies. So right there, I'm like, these survivors do that gen immediately. It's a gen slowdown build. Now, if I have no gen slowdown because I didn't injure anyone until just now, and I had no way to slow them down. But they did that gen immediately. I'm like, what the world? He got teleported to the basement, so I purposely put a drone right there. And I'm like, they must be on this gen right here because they did the gen to the right, so they must be on this one. And lo and behold, where are they at? Literally on this gen. So I'm gonna make someone fall down. He falls down and gets hit, but I don't go back around because I can see that someone's still working on the generator. So I'm like, okay. My drone activates, so I know that he fell down, but I'm still gonna try and go around this in case he tries to mind game me. And I realized that it's actually not a someone, it's a girl. Obvious. Pallet drop. I don't know what she was thinking, but I'm gonna break it with my psychic energy. She's gonna get cloud trap. I'm like, yeah. She's gonna put a pallet down. I'm like, oh, that's fine. But I had a really smart idea. I'm gonna put a drone right here, but because of the fact that I am stupid, instead of me cutting her off, I go around and then I end up going in a really weird pattern. But because she dropped down the pallet, it would have downed her. If she didn't drop down the pallet, I would not have been able to down her, honestly. But yeah. But the problem is, the survivors don't care if they're injured or not. They're still going to do the generators because they don't care. And they also healed up instantly. Like, I don't quite understand how. So David, who just got injured at the beginning of the game, he's still injured. But the other two healed really fast, and I'm like, okay. Now, I'm not really that worried about it because I can kill them later. But the main issue, the main reason why I am a little upset is because of the fact that they did 2 gens in like half a second. So I'm thinking to myself, like, these must be a squad of friends. They're all grouping up together to do gens as fast as possible. Which is a smart idea, of course, because why would you not do that? But it's kind of annoying because the whole point of this build is to make gens go slower. But no one's cleansed their hex play thing. And no one's done anything of the sort. So I'm like, there's nothing I can do. So I hear someone, so I'm like, there has to be someone in this basement. So I'm trying to figure out exactly how I can find them, but I don't see anyone, so I'm like, what the world? So I'm thinking they're here because I saw the arrow down here. I'm gonna check both of these lockers. And there's no one here. But then I see someone at least going up the stairs, and I'm gonna go up here. So right here, I'm gonna end up going up these stairs. And I get stunned by something, and I was like, what the? I have no idea what that was. I feel like it has to do something with the chest that spawned. It has to be, because there's no other way I would have got stunned. And like I said before at the beginning of this video, I have no idea what that chest thing does. So I'm assuming it has to do something with the chest thing. That's the only thing I can think of. But anyway, because I have no idea what happened to me, I'm just going to give up chasing that person and go back towards the generator over here. Someone gets randomly cloud trapped. I don't know how survivors get cloud trapped by my drones when they literally have so many ways to just use their eyes and dodge it. I'm going to go after this girl and hit her. Because I know, I'm going to go back because I know the survivors are going to be on the generator, even though they probably shouldn't go on the generator considering how I'm going to chase them. David's going to try and dodge the drone, and luckily, not luckily, but he's smart and he actually decides to not stay near the drone. And like last time, he realized his mistake. And it's worth it where he didn't even drop the pallet because he died around the pallet. So right here, I'm going to injure him because of the fact that my drone's right here. And then he's going to fall down. He doesn't have balanced landing, so... But dead hard. So because of that reason, I should have known, honestly. It was so obvious, but I'm just bad sometimes. Like, I can make really easy, obvious dead hard reads, and I can make some other ones. But because they're both injured and they're both in the same spot, because they just love doing gens, I'm able to down him. Now, I'm not saying they love doing gens because, like, all they do is gens. The whole point of the game is to try to do gens. But it is so interesting to me how the second that they're both at the same exact area doing the same gen, then this guy's gonna go straight down to the bottom, and I'm like, where are you going? And that's when I realized he's going towards the basement for some reason. So I gotta find where he is. I accidentally hit the mic. Oops. I see him down here, so I'm gonna go after him, and I'm gonna just snatch him from the locker. I don't know why he decided to do that. But anyway, I'm gonna hook him right here, and then we're going towards the next survivor. I'm gonna put a drone right here. And then that way I have the ability to basically have them protected. If someone does decide to go down there, they'll just die. Finally, someone decided to cleanse their hexblade thing, and now it's time for Hexpedimento. Put a drone right here, that way it will protect the totem. Also, I'm untouchable now, so they don't know where I'm coming from. So because of that reason, I'm going to try and get this person off guard. Sadly, David is not gonna die because of the fact that he literally is just got off the hook and he's borrowed time basically. But it's fine because I'm gonna go after someone else instead. I'm gonna go after what's the guy's name? I forgot. He's on sharing things, but I forgot his name. Oh well. But I'll go after him instead. And because of that reason, I'm going to be able to immediately murder his soul. But because David's placing down all his pallets, I'm kind of scared. And then there's 3 pallets here. I'm like, there's no way I can beat this. So I'm gonna break this pallet with my psychic energy. And I'm gonna hopefully be able to catch him before he can make it to the window. And for some reason, his team did not body block for him, even though he's literally dead on hook. I don't quite understand. So that's weird. I don't quite understand. But whatever. And now I'm gonna hook him on the nearest hook possible because I kind of want to kill him. I don't want to hook him on a score trick because of the fact that the score trick will literally be destroyed. I know he's dead on hook, so I'm gonna hook him right here. And that's one less person to worry about. And I still have Hexpedimento, so I don't have to worry about survivors doing gen that fast. And because 3 of them are injured, that means that they're technically doing the generator, I would say 36% slower. Lol, he died. And they're doing the generator 36% slower. But then also, if they were on a score choke, they're doing it even slower. So basically, they're doing a generator almost 50% slower because they're all injured and then Hexpedimento. Right here, this guy is going to revault the window, drop the pallet, and use that hard. I don't even know what he's doing at this point. I'm gonna break the pallet using my psychic energy and chase him. He already used his score trick. He already used his desire strike. Don't worry about that. I'm not gonna even be phased by that pallet because I just don't care. And I'm going to hook him. Sadly, I can't use my what's it called, teleportation hook, and so I have to actually manually walk like ew. And now the survivor gets cloud trap across the map. I don't get how survivors ever get cloud trap across the entire map. Just pay attention to the drone and you won't get cloud trap. But I know he's gonna go towards the guy who's on the hook right now. I could have probably used my remote hook and been able to catch up, but I honestly don't feel like I would have caught up no matter what. So right here, I'm gonna get flashlighted by for no reason. I am gonna injure him because I realized that he is going to basically have a balance landing, not balance landing, borrowed time. So I might as well injure him. I thought he would revault the window, but he's actually smarter than he looks. So I was like, uh-oh. He's gonna probably do the pallet right here, but instead he decides to vault the window. He's going to block it, which I expected, honestly. So I wasn't gonna even chase him. But because I knew he was gonna revault it for some reason, I had a feeling I'm going to be able to down him before he makes the pallet. He's gonna emote, that way he can quickly get towards the pallet, but there's nothing he can do because his teammates are not gonna be able to save him because remote hook is balanced. The ability to hook a survivor whenever he wants to is definitely totally fair. I love the event. I can just do this thing, so I love that. And survivors have broken things too, but it's just funny how I can do this. I missed my hit, I'm trash, but survivors are obvious, so it's just really easy to down them sometimes. To be fair, that pallet is really unsafe. You literally have to get the stun and basically have smash hit to get away. If you don't have those 2 perks, or you don't have the skill to get the stun, and you don't have a smash hit, you can't do anything. I thought she had dead hard, so I kind of was trying to bait it out with my radar. Because the radar is kind of like a different animation, survivors might think, oh, he's going to swing at me, I'll use that hard, and in reality, it's just radar. It's kind of funny. But anyway, hook her right here. And now she's dead, and then we're going to the last survivor, and we're going to win the game. So that was the video, by the way. If you liked the video, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, like I said before. It was fun using this build, because I like our normal builds when I will the normal build. I always have like at least 1 gen regression perk on my build, but it's not really, I keep saying this build is gen regression, but in reality it's gen slowdown. There's a difference between gen regression and gen slowdown. Gen slowdown is how slow you make survivors do gens. Gen regression is how fast or slow you make the generator regress automatically by Pop Goes the Weasel, Residence, or Surge, or whatever you can do to make it regress. We have no gen regression, instead we have gen slowdown. And I sadly wasn't able to close the hatching time, but it's fine. So I had a really interesting time using this build because it's just different. Like, I like doing different builds, and once before of course, you know, the next update is gonna be when all these different perks are gonna be updated and hopefully be better. So like Dragon's Grip is gonna actually be useful. and other things like this. I'm looking forward to using those perks, and I can have some really interesting builds with them. Of course, the David Brandon part, because that's how they do the generator so fast. Even though I lied, because David's the first one I hooked. That means the last three survivors, the bottom three, they were all together on that gen, so they completed it really, really fast. And then David just so happened to have a Brandon part. But anyway, if you enjoyed the video, like, comment, and subscribe. I love reading y'all's comments so much, and I'll see y'all in the next video. Have a nice day.